So now, action now. Yes, that I am very happy to be here, and since the very beginning when we left, I knew that we were coming back, and that's something I told the Juggernauts. So I'm extremely happy, especially this very season when the football is returning to Bhubaneswar and Kalinga Stadium. So I think it's a beautiful season for everyone. Well, Giuseppe's. First of all, obviously, the club wanted Giuseppe to become again the head coach, and since we are a beautiful and nice couple and we are married forever, then I decided to join him. It is true that the club, in my opinion, has improved also. That very season when we were here the first year in Bhubaneswar, we were playing many games away, and it was the first year for the club and the company in here, so everything was more difficult than it is right now. And I think it was also in the back in our heads that the club has improved in the last 2-3 seasons, so it's also something that made us take the movement, and that we were happy here. We were happy, and that's not easy in professional football. So here again, I wish that is intention. Actually, if I, at least myself, I can speak about myself. If we compare that very first season here with today, the standard of the club, I think, has increased and has grown a lot. Since the training pitch or the people around the coaching staff, the structure, I think everything has improved in the last 2-3 years. And last season, in my opinion, our second year here was an important one for the club. That we did the 6th spot and we were in the second last or last round, just trying to reach the playoff. And yes, it could be one of the unfinished business that we are maybe trying to complete this season. Exactly that. I mean, as a coach, to be honest, I am not a friend of those kind of statements or beautiful messages where you promise something, that we will reach something, or because that's too easy. Unfortunately, football is not that easy. It's not just saying it 1,000 times doesn't make you closer to your goals. But what made me feel confident this season is what I just said before, that when I compare these early weeks today, right now, when I compare them with those early weeks 3 years ago, is what made me feel the difference between where we are right now and where we were. Also, many of us have much more experience right now. We are used to the club, to the city, to the competition. So that's, I mean, trying to make the difference between promising anything about success, but making sure that I feel much more confident. That's a reality, that's a fact. About the ones that we know well, because they were here also with us a few years ago, obviously they are much better players today. I mean, after 3 years, every player is a better player, and players like Nanda, like Jerry, of course today they are better than they were. Even the young ones, when I see Zwala or Daven or even Chante, I remember them 3 years ago like as proper kids, and right now they build good, strong, like they even look different for me, So everyone is better, of course. And then about signings, and I prefer not to say names, but I think that it is, I mean, for sure we have brought more maturity and experience, and for me that's capital. That's a massive difference. For instance, right now we have players that have already gone with the national team. We have players who have already gone and win trophies. And it's not just maturity or experience because of the age, which we have already increased a little bit, because I think last season and the second last, the squad was a bit young. But not just because of the number, it's just because of the quality of the people that we are bringing here.
What do you think will be the first steps that you will take as the coaching staff, along with Joseph, Pablo, Manu, Clifford, considering the fact that there has been a major overhaul in terms of staff restructure as well as the squad?
Yeah, that's true. About the coaching staff, actually we were talking about that in the car, coming back to the hotel, that we are pretty new to each other. Only Giuseppe and I, we were together, but then the fitness coach is new for everyone. The goalkeeper coach was in the club but new for Giuseppe and myself. Clifford Miranda is also new for everyone. And we were discussing that we are extremely surprised the way the things are going in a positive way. For instance, today's training session, which is just the fourth for us, the training sessions are going well, the transitions between the drills are going smoothly, the communication between us is going well, and I am actually very surprised. It is true that, first of all, Clifford Miranda has been a massive asset in this last month. He was doing the kind of internal pre-season with the Indian players, and for 3 weeks he was like setting the boundaries and the standards. So when we arrived, it was even easier. And then the people like Pablo and Manu are very easygoing, so they are always keen to help and to do the job. They are very good professionals in their areas. So I remember a month and a half ago, we were beyond the mess because it was plenty of things to do. Also for me, it was hard to talk to the medical staff. But now, once we have started, doctor and the physios, masseurs, everything is going very well. And I'm touching wood because it is hard to keep this speed from now on. But the beginning has been very pleasant. That's interesting because it was a hard and tough message that Giuseppe sent to everyone, and I did like it. He said that like Odisha FC is not like a stopover or a step back for anyone to jump into something. Okay, like Odisha FC is a place to challenge absolutely every single opposition team we have in ISL. So, and I did like that because, okay, there is a starting point that we all must consider, and maybe we don't have the resources of this club or the other one, but we want the people without any lament, without any complex inferiority or stuff, you know? It's like, no. Some of us have experience here, we have brought some experienced players, okay. We are of this FC with our bad things, our good things, but we are sure that we can challenge absolutely everything in 95 minutes. If we focus on what we were saying before about what I can control, and not about beautiful messages and stuff, I'm sure that we can do a decent competition. And actually we did. I mean, our last season here, we ended in the 6th position, where today, this season, it should be the last spot for the playoffs. So it's something that we have already done. And I want the players, as Giuseppe said, everyone to believe just that, you know, this FC is ready, is capable for achieving this stuff, and that's what we need to all believe. I think this is what I said just before. I think there is I prefer to call it evolution. I know that has been many names changing, both in the squad and also in the structure of the club. But I prefer to call it evolution because then I prefer to think that some of the foundations that were built at that stage, they are still here. For instance, the two of us. You don't know him, guy, but I am with him from the last 2 seasons. So the two of us, we know each other. So you know the way I would like to work. I know the way you like to work. So I prefer to call it evolution just because of that, because we have some foundations, and also what you said about that unfinished business. Like it's like just we need a little push, and we'll be there.
you know, as the coaching staff, have you discussed who will be the captains for the upcoming season?
No, but I mean, I'm completely frank. But no, not at all. But knowing Yusef, the way I know him, I'm sure that he will try to share it with some Indian and some foreign players. I can, in my head, I have my guess, but obviously I'm not sharing it before the head coach shared it with the players. I think we have some names in our mind. Everything is easy when they are with us. And when you jump in, for instance, when you jump into the pitch and you see the people before the game supporting you, or you jump to the warm up and you already notice the stands, I think that's one of the most beautiful moments for a professional footballer, or in my case as a football coach. And feeling that, I think it will make the things easier. I have no doubts with the Juggernauts. I think they have been always behind us and bringing always their support. Even when we were away, far away from India, and they were always supporting us and contacting us.